Hi, Ivan. Thanks for coming by today. Today is Saturday, October 31st, 2020. So when I bumped across your video on Kevin Moore YouTube video, I was really impressed by your gift and how down to earth you are. I have watched a ton of video on that channel, but afterward I follow up and watched more of your videos, and so I was really intrigued by your ability and gift. So I want to ask, when did you first realize that you had a gift?
Well, I had my awakening back in 2011, where I learned about through a tarot card reader. We did past life regressions, and that seemed to have opened up my connection to my guides, and I was starting to feel spirits around me. But I didn't really have a teacher. She wasn't much of a teacher of what I was connecting to. So I didn't want to bring anything dark, through. So I kind of shut down for, that's back in 2011. So I could have been doing this a long time ago. So I feel like there's nowhere to go. I mean, I don't know what to do. So I just shut down in 2014. I got energy from my guides to do this professionally. So I found a psychic group, a psychic circle, where basically they go through every person, give them a message. Basically, I found one in here in town. Luckily, I found the right one, not a wrong one. And they said I was a reader, and so I started reading people's energies. And then I even did help others in there. I get messages. I ran the circle myself a couple of times, and it didn't seem like that was my place in the world. And so throughout 2014, I found channeling. I've known about it, but I was kind of directed to kind of go in that direction. So I started to research it a little bit more, and so I connected to the alien beings and spirit beings, consciously. And then I got energy from my guidance around me that I can bring a being through me. So I found like an audio, like a how to channel audio online from Betsy Morgan, and followed her instructions. It wasn't easy at first, but I got somebody through first try though. But I felt like that was my path. Once I brought my spirit guide, and I brought in a Zeta Gray, I knew that was something I had to do publicly. So, and here we are.
Oh, that's awesome. So Zeta Gray, for those people who don't know, what are they?
It's you hear about Roswell? It's a ship that got shot down or crashed in Roswell, New Mexico, back in the 40s. They found Zetas there, or a weather balloon, whoever you're talking to. Area 51 has Zetas. Basically, they're humanoids that look kind of insect-like, sort of, but they're very advanced. I believe they're playing a big role here, basically. So, along with all the other Palladian beings. So I've had actually, not just channeled these beings. I've felt them moving around in other dimensions. They don't do it very often. But I've actually felt they connect to me. They let me know that they're real. And I'm not just connected to who knows what. So yeah.
Have you ever seen them with your third eye, like the image?
Yeah, my third eye, yeah, definitely. Many times. I've seen reptilians in my third eye. I felt their presence. Not always friendly, but yeah. When I started channeling, you get all these kind of visits. Yeah, when you start having your channeling awakening, you get some unwanted guests. It's humorous. Let's put that way.
Yeah. So based on what you post on your YouTube, you have the ability to channel and call in a lot of different entity and hybrid and different entity races. Is it normal that people are able to do that?
No, a lot of channelers just stick to one being normally. I was directed when I've had my awakening for channeling, because I've seen it before. I've seen other, even in 2011, there I was actually a small circle, like 3 people, and the gentleman there actually brought in an angel just for like a couple of words. It was like you knew something was that came through, and I tried it and that just didn't work. So, but usually people bring in one, but the channeler I found channeled all different types of beings, so that was my direction to channel everybody, you can say. So it's not really normal though. No. So, oh well, I do have to add. When when I started to channel, I felt this presence in my kitchen. It's like something doesn't want me in here. And then the next morning, it's like I'm opening up the refrigerator. I see the sunlight in the corner of my eye. I saw a reptilian standing there. It's like, okay. It's like a big bulky guy, kind of like a Ninja Turtle, but it was reptilian, had like armor on him and something. He wasn't too pleased with what I was doing, so that was fun.
So when you channel, we can attract the light being or the dark being. So do you have ritual where you either meditate or you call on Archangel Michael to protect yourself before you channel those energies?
Yeah, I do that every morning, and anytime, like even before here, I did that before we came online. Every time I do a channeling for anybody, I always clear out the energy. Sometimes I have a light in the back of it, a salt lamp. But sometimes I'll light a candle. Usually I don't light candles when I'm channeling because if something strange happens, if it catches on fire or something. So, or incense, or but yeah, usually I do a clearing every time I do anything. Anytime I connect.
Yeah, because that's one of the popular questions that people who are interested in either channeling or when they want to open their third eye, that is like the biggest concern. What if I attract unwanted being and I don't know how to protect myself or prevent myself from that.
That's the big. Yeah, that's why I shut down in 2011 because I didn't want to pull in something dark. But yeah, basically calling the angels, calling the lights, surround yourself with light. I do like many energy shields around myself. I also ground myself to the center of the earth. And you just also know that you're not going to put up, it's in your intentions that you're not going to allow that to, I'm not too afraid. Now, other people might think differently. It's like, everyone has their own point of view. So you can't make everybody happy with this. So that's what makes it kind of hard.
So you said that you have spirit guide. Who are your spirit guide and where they're from?
Different. Yeah, I have like a collective around me. I don't really call them by a name or anything anymore. I've kind of had difficulties with some guides. So some of them are from Sirius, Pleiades, Arcturians. There's a little bit of everybody. Atlantean guides. I don't really have a name. So I just I filter through a lot of them a lot. So yeah, I trust myself a lot, and they give me downloads. I connect to my higher self, things like that. So I do a lot of download channeling to say. So it's kind of like it kind of wears on you. It's basically connecting to Atlantean past energies that aren't that well known. Of course, you can't prove any of this stuff. Well, eventually we will. So the idea is just you create your reality. So whatever you want to experience. I mean, it's your world. So whatever you want it to be in, let's put it that way. Whatever works for you.
So I know. So what's your specialty? I know you channel a lot of like ET, hybrid, spirit guide, angels. But what's your like life purpose or missions? What kind of message you are sending into this dimension?
Well, yeah, I'm here to bring in for disclosure. Of course, course, that hasn't happened just yet. We're here to assist with it. If it happens, maybe next year, or maybe they never really give me a time frame. But I've actually had an alien being. I mean, I was in Orlando doing. I used to do channeling at theme parks before all this happened with the health situation, and actually, an actual Pleiadian being talked to me. I mean, I can feel it talking through another dimension. Talk about alien disclosure. That's all he said. So I've been kind of on this alien disclosure kick since 2017. So obviously, you can't keep going through that subject forever because nothing ever really happens with it. But they like it when I talk about that. So, and I've been going through Anunnaki, tapping into their, bringing their information through when they allow me to. Pleiadians, I've been going a little bit deeper into their civilization a little bit. Grays are not easy to get through. Of course, everyone's kind of quieted down a little bit, but right now I'm doing Venus being, so kind of going through a series recently.
So, yeah, I've heard a lot about ET disclosure, and it's been going on. The rumor has been going on for the past few years.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you able to help humanity with that. So there's one thing that I'm very curious about. You have your specialty, I have my specialty. My specialty is mostly crypto predictions and vision and all that stuff. I don't do personal reading for people, that's not my path. But what if people who specialize in personal reading, offer like personal reading, professional reading to clients, and then someone else, maybe specialty is war predictions or politics, something like that? Can people channel any information that they wanted to? Like, for example, if you want to channel war predictions all the time, or investments or financial, is there, like, can you do whatever you want?
Anybody can. Yeah, you have to what's your focus. So if you want to focus on the crypto, sure. It takes practice with anything, such as seeing future timelines isn't so easy, especially when it comes to world events. There are some that do world event time and travel, and I don't know, channeling, and sometimes that's gloom and doom. That's not very much fun, but but also diseases, you can become a profession. You can get good at if that's your thing. If you feel like that's something that, but accuracy isn't always easy if you try to do everything. But there's specific, like healing. Many are into the healing, and that's like its whole genre. I do some healing, but that's not my main thing. I do what I can. But mine's mostly messages of pretty much anything that's bizarre. It's most of the stuff I forget is like stuff that's like maybe 20 years, maybe somehow I'll get it. So it's a little bit out there for something right now.
Right. Because there's I know that there's people have specialty, and then there's people who dabble into different areas, and it's not their specialty. So, but if they work at it, they can be better at it.
Yeah, the more you do it, like anything, like what I'm doing, just regular. Yeah, the more you're building confidence to it. So you might not always believe everything you're bringing in. Just like it depends. Like you're doing crypto channeling, it's a little bit more down to earth. But if you're channeling alien beings that you can't get, I don't know what you're connecting to. But the more you get used to the fourth dimension, how diverse it is. It's just like a fantasy world, basically. It's like a cartoon. So it just anything can go there. So the more you get used to that. So for something like crypto or for healing, yeah, you just got to do it. The more you do it, the better. It might take a year. It depends on the person. It might take a year to perfect your ability. But yeah, you can always, if you have a heart for it, yeah, you can start anytime. So, but healing isn't, it takes a while for that to, you got to really dive in. And it has to be your I mean, if that's all you want to do, that's probably be your main thing. And usually it is for some people.
Yeah, that's good. Talking about crypto, do you know what entity or higher being has been helping us with crypto technology and information?
Yeah, it feels like, as you said, Arcturian beings, and also mentioned about uh, artificial intelligence, I believe of the positive side. Um, imagine majority is pretty positive or decent. But Arcturians are very much into, they're an alien energy. They're very much into numbers and symbols, things like that. So they're a part of our civilization being created also. Those are Arcturian. There's probably other beings involved, Palladian, Syrian, they're probably involved too in some way, form, shape, or form. So.
So I know crypto is not your specialty, but there is one person, his name is Satoshi. More than 10 years ago, he he wrote a paper called white paper. White paper, like I told you before, like business plan, but they call white paper. So he wrote like probably 2-page white paper, his intentions, what he wanted to do with digital currency. And his name is called Satoshi. He invented Bitcoin. Put his vision out, write the code. And, a few years later, he disappeared. So Satoshi, is he a real person or he's a myth?
I believe there is a real version. Actually, I feel there is Arcturian energy. There is some Zeta energy he's pulling from too. So yeah, he's. Oh, really? October 31st is the birthday. Oh, that's no coincidence. So, but yeah, it's yeah. I feel like he was real. Now, some people might say he's not, but I believe he was. Now, what agency or government? That's another story. I feel like it was quieted down pretty quickly from what it seems like. It's almost similar to George Orwell that wrote 1984.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
George Orwell, who wrote 1984, is almost like he's similar to that. He's like, here, create this and then disappear.
So will he ever resurface or he will disappear for?
I don't think he's coming back now. I don't know where he's at, but I don't think he did his mission, whatever it was. I mean, obviously that's what he was here to do. But yeah, obviously people are going to take different versions of him. I believe he was real. I say was. I don't think he's here anymore either. It might be. I don't think so.
Earlier you said that you don't know what agency, U.S. agency. What do you mean by that?
Like government. I thought there was a government that was involved in some way for him. Just like the government is involved with the internet being created. So I imagine there was some kind of influence there. He had like access to it or something like that.
So he didn't work alone on the project.
I don't think so. No, it feels like it was others there, but it's not government controlled, I don't think. But well, technically it is now, but it is an invention. So.
But in general, do you think that cryptocurrency is for the betterment of humanity, or right?
Yeah, for those that need. Yeah, it's not for everybody, but for those that are connecting to it, it is kind of like it's a healing energy. It's give you more well-being of your future, and it is the future. It is part of the future. It's not all of the future, but it does play a part in it.
So. Earlier you said that it's not for everybody. So now cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is on the rise. I mean, every day there's a lot of companies put their toe in, and they have no choice but adopt to the technology. So a lot of people are investing in cryptocurrency. Do you think that everyone will sort of like can find financial freedom from cryptocurrency, or only some and not others?
Some and not others. I mean, for crypto to go like worldwide, it has to become easier to access, to understand. I think it's mostly difficult at this time. So, but more people are enjoying it. So, but yeah, some will have, just like anything else. Some people will make it really good, and others will be struggling. So it's similar. It's not much different than their current. But those that got onto it early are doing pretty well from what it seems.
You said people. Are you talking about in like investor, the little guy,
Yeah.
the company?
Little guy. Yeah.
Little guy.
Little guy. Or but even now, so yeah, those that want to make a living off or make a good investment, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Just don't give up. I know it's frustrating, but if this feels like what you need to do, then continue to do it. So something, it'll pay off eventually somehow.
Awesome. I introduced Bitcoin Black to you a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I turned in that energy in April, and I think I'm really positive energy. My guy said that is crypto for humanity, and they here to change the way people can access to global currency.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see about Bitcoin Black? What does your guy tell you about Bitcoin Black?
Yeah, it looks very. It's going to get very large. I think it's getting pretty big right now, but I feel like it will explode once it goes live. It might not at first. What it feels like, when it finally goes, when they start trading, it might have stumblings in the beginning. So just give it time, and then it will start to take off. It might be a slow takeoff, but over time it will build up. It feels like, it's not going to be a quick ride. It's like instant millionaires overnight, but it might in some cases. Just give it time. It will over time be a big one. That's one.
Yeah, that's very exciting news for people who are involved in the projects and who are investing in the projects.
Mm-hmm.
One of my members, he is curious if you can see the information when Bitcoin Black will trade on exchange. He wants to know timeline.
Possibly June, possibly. I'm not 100% on that. You have a log, or October next year, June, October. These are just possibilities. It can go either way. It might be. Yeah, seeing timelines like that isn't the easiest. So, or just next or the following year. So I give you like 3 predictions there. It tells you how it's not in stone right now.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Timeline can be challenging.
Yeah, they're not easy to see. Just like what we're going through now with the election, it's not easy to see sometimes. Some people can take it right on. My energies are a little bit different. I just see things a little bit differently, but yeah, once it kicks in, it's going to be, just let it take its time, because the more it waits, it seems like the more it will get in value down the road. So
Bitcoin Black, the founder, the developer, they don't want to be known, similar to Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Right when you said that. Jeez.
Is that a concern for some? Is that a concern for some people?
No.
Should we be concerned?
No, because you look at Bitcoin, that's doing pretty good. I don't think so. Now that shows that it's been engineered in a way to be successful. So just like Bitcoin is what that turned into. So it's everything's engineered in some way. So for success. So yeah, that thing. Like I said, I think it's gonna be slow when it comes out. When it finally goes on the exchange, it's gonna be slow in growth, and then it's gonna explode eventually.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that China will embrace the black.
Yeah. Once Bitcoin's a little bit easier, or crypto in general, it's easier for your modern person to, invest in it. I think it's probably getting easier every day, but you'll see more of that over time. And you'll have your regular currency, and you'll have your cryptocurrency. So I think even when PayPal started out, that was it took a while for people to adapt to that. That started in the 90s. So same thing.
Yeah, I remember that those era.
Yeah, that's people don't want to. Yeah, buying stuff online is like, well, and now everybody's doing it. At least most people are. So same thing.
So right now there's a lot of hacking going on. For example, in July there's a company called then the letters where you store your currency in that wallet, look like USB. And that company got hacked in July. Out information such as full name, address, and telephone number is obtained by the hackers. And some cryptocurrency company also has been hacked in a various way. Their website is secure or whatever. So there is something called quantum data encryption. In the future, cryptocurrency company need to encrypt their data. So in the way they write the code need to be more either, I don't know, I'm not a technical person, maybe it's more, the code needs to be more difficult to hack or something like that. Do you see that quantum data encryption is something that more cryptocurrency in the future will embrace or have the financial resource to upgrade to that system?
Yeah, I think so. There's going to be other companies that are going to be, try to end that problem. So it's going to be, it's in the works. Yeah. I mean, some can make it a business of protecting currencies, so companies don't get hacked. So it doesn't seem like they take it that seriously, which is very strange, but they're learning. Well, these hackers are also very sophisticated too, it seems. So, but yeah, it's like robbing a bank basically. So yeah, they just need to. It's just like the old times when they had a bank when they just left the door open and anybody can come in. That's kind of what's happening now, it seems. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's going to take some time. Yeah, just do call it. But yeah, things are going to get better. It might be like 5 or 6 years before it gets when they finally figure it out. It might be a while. So it seems like it's really expensive to really protect these things. Obviously, right? So
yeah, I agree. It needs a financial resource.
Yeah, you need something like Google or something, that has a lot of resources, and a lot of places don't have that. So
yeah, a lot of these companies recently, there's a new space they call DeFi, decentralized finance. When one guy can sit at home and write a code for a week or a month, and then spit out a company, and people can buy the crypto, and then skyrocket the next day, and go to the moon, and then people sell and go down to toilet the next day.
Yeah,
it's like puppet dump. Yeah.
Is that like stocks? And that's like regular stocks, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just be cautious. Yeah, if you want to make the quick buck, you might want to. If you give things time, I mean, it's okay to invest, but yeah, just be cautious. That's all. Bitcoin Black's not gonna be like that. But some of these obscure companies, that's what they call it, risk, right? Take your chances.
So cryptocurrency, the U.S. government has been trying to put some regulations together. They haven't really write a law yet. They've been talking about forever, but more and more traditional companies are coming in. So do you see that in the future, the U.S. government would make it difficult for us to invest based on the law, regulations, and we have to pay a lot of taxes? Like, how does the U.S. government view about this cryptocurrency?
I think it's gonna be a long. It might not. They might not ever do anything. They're watching it, but I think they have other things to do, and it's gonna be. I don't think they want to get involved with it right now. Maybe 10 years, maybe longer, 20 years. Yeah, it might not ever get government influence actually. So it was either going unless there's like a major problem where it causes them problems, and then they're going to do something about it. But right now, yeah, if the government has a problem with it, like they have all this crypto and gets hacked or something happens, right now because the government uses it too. You know, CIA and all that, they probably use it to buy stuff. So they like it where it's free reign. It's not traceable. So they're probably going to keep it that way from what I'm getting now when I connect more to it. Yeah, it's just it's off the radar. So I doubt they're ever going to do anything actually. Maybe in 100 years, maybe.
Okay.
So unless it becomes the main currency, um, then that'll be different. But most likely they'll come up with their own crypto. Most likely, you know, U.S. dollar crypto or whatever, you know. So that they'll probably regulate, but the rest of them probably not. So, yeah, because they like it free the way it is, from what I'm gathering. So makes sense.
Yeah, has been the Boston Federal Reserve, and I don't know what other Federal Reserve in the U.S., but they're working on exploring different cryptocurrency to see which one they can either adopt or use the technology for digital currency. They started the process last summer. I know that Boston Federal Reserve is looking at 40 different cryptocurrency companies. They try to figure out which company will have the best software for their plan.
Yeah, they're just going to do it for investments for right now, and you know, I feel like they use it to hide money too.
Who?
Surprised.
Who hide the money?
Investment companies. Yeah, feels like they're yeah. So without going into detail of that, so yeah, or banks. That's why they're going to keep it. I feel like they're not going to regulate this thing. It's just it's too valuable the way it is right now. Yeah, it's not fully protected, but that's kind of the point. You know, once the government moves in, you'll have everything will be more secure, but then it'll be more harder to get and all this other stuff. So, you know, it's kind of the Wild West right now.
It is. So, there has been a lot of talk about financial resets.
Yeah.
For the past 1 year, a lot of people talk about that. Is there such thing as the Great Monetary Reset next year or in the future?
Or never. We're kind of going through one right now, but it's not really like a culture reset than it is a financial. We're kind of going through a financial reset. So a lot of people are losing their jobs right now, so it's not your typical financial reset. So I would say we're going through one right now, actually. So yeah, we can't always tell where things are going. I don't see one in the future. Obviously, they're not going to make that clear either. But you know, when people start, I mean, people have been talking about is it Peter Shift or something like that? I can't remember his name. Doctor Doom that keeps saying the government is going to crash he says it every year, and so far nothing. So yeah, I think it's Peter Shift. I think that's his name. Yeah, every year, and yeah, our we have help here. We have alien help, government help. We have magic helping us keep things going. So right now, I don't think anything makes sense how we're still afloat at this time. I mean, if you look at the world, yeah, we would probably everything would be a disaster right now. But yeah, we have people are inflating things, keeping it going. So just keep right. We'll survive somehow. So yeah, I'm not seeing a. You know, it's hard to see. It might be 10 years possibly if there is one. So.
I see. Another thing that people have been talking about is that the U.S. will go back to the gold standard. Do you see that will happen?
With like a new currency or a cryptocurrency with gold connected to that, possibly. Maybe in 10, like I said, 10 years. It might be during the next administration. They might start talking about it, possibly. But yeah, it might be 10 years though. I think things really have to change. It might come out of nowhere. I mean, people are talking about all kinds of things for a long time. Nothing's ever happened with it, but just yeah.
Awesome.
I'm not seeing anything anytime soon.
Yeah, it has been, people have been talking for a few years now.
Yeah, they've been talking, and the global mass arrest and all that. You're hearing that forever too. So,
Yes.
So 3 days of darkness, 10 days of darkness.
Is that going to happen, or is it happening right now?
What, the mass arrest?
Yes.
Probably there's something going on. Yeah, they're not gonna. What's they're gonna tell us? Yeah, the way things are going, yeah, there's stuff happening definitely. Yeah, Hollywood's being hit, entertainment's getting hit pretty hard, and that's where a lot of shadow energies are going on, happening. So yeah, it's just quiet for a reason. We might not ever know what's going on.
So basically, we'll never fully know the whole truth. We may know bits and pieces.
You might get whistleblowers. You might have people with evidence, like the alien stuff. Yeah, eventually you'll have like old people showing you pictures of, like they're doing now, some pictures of aliens and actual alien beings, skeletons and stuff like that. They might show you what's happening here. You might have a whistleblower eventually, so with actual evidence, but people might take it seriously. Who knows? So yeah. I imagine things will be. Yeah, and the aliens are underground. Yeah, a lot of aliens are underground right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I think I will wrap up a couple more questions about cryptocurrency, and then we switch over to the new subjects. Some of my members cannot attend, so they send me a couple questions. I'm going to ask these questions for them. One person asked about a company called Reserve Protocol, RSR. She wants to know what does your spirit guide think about Reserve Protocol, RSR, the particular name.
This seems to be that's a crypto, right?
Yes.
It feels like it's all right. It's not going to bloom very fast. It's going to be a slow growth. I don't know what it's at right now. I see 60 cents. I don't know what that means. But yeah, it'll have some kind of investment. It'll have some kind of worth, but not a whole lot. But it's like it's decent. At least I don't have a whole lot of information on it, but
yeah. And then another person, he wants to know 3 different companies. He said one company called XRP, the other one is Zilliqa, and then the last one is Digibyte. So someone told him that XRP will run first, will rise first, and then Zilliqa, and then Digibyte. He wants to know your opinions or what you guys think about it.
Digibyte seems like it's I know that one might not feel like it's going anywhere right now, or I feel like that one's going to exceed expectations. I don't know when, but the other two will do okay. But I feel like Digibyte's going to get a boost eventually. But it might be investors or something will come in. So that Digibyte's getting the most attention at this time. The other two are okay, decent, but Digibyte seems to be the one that you just have to. It's not going to be. It's like the stock market. It's not going to be clear where it's going to go. But if you're in for the long game, you should find some kind of investment. Yeah, I just feel the energy around that one is going to change. So the other two are okay though. Like they all seem to be decent, but Digibyte seems to be the best buy from what I can feel.
Hey, you make a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
That's a huge community.
Yeah, it's just it's a long game with all this. If you're going to invest and then sell real quickly, I don't know what you're going to get from that. But If you just hold on for a while, like 5 to 10 years, you'll probably get some kind of investment out of it. And above anything, almost in all of them. So at least the major ones, at least. So.
There's a rumor that XRP will be sort of the backbone technology software for the bank and things like that. There's all sort of prediction out there. My prediction have from $10 to like $1,000 sky high. Do you think that XRP will be around long term, or in would ever get to the sky high price? Or what do you see?
Well, yeah, I feel like there is a lot of, I'll say, manipulation going on with that one. Yeah, it's going to go up and down. So it's really hard to say what the future is of that one. It feels like it will go on for a long time, but some might cut it off, meaning investment might pull out of it in the future. So I'd be wary of that one. Just yeah, keep an eye on the news on it. If you feel anything, yeah, that's a weird one. It's like you can boost up and say, hey, this is going to be fine, and then it'll drop. This energy I'm getting from that one. So
yeah, XRP is a weird child.
Yeah, it feels that way. It's like artificial intelligence that's very schizophrenic. The energy within it is very erratic. It wants to go all over the place. So almost like a kid. It's just unpredictable. So if it goes up and then drops, I wouldn't be too. Don't be too worried about it. It'll go up eventually, it seems. But yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, I agree with that. XRP has broke a lot of hearts.
Yeah.
2 years.
Has it ever gone up after that?
No, in I think 2008 it went to like $3 ish, a little higher, and then it has been, the lowest was like 15 cents. Now it's 23 cents.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel it will go up, but expected to go down again too. So like when they all started to jump, yeah. So.
Someone just has a request about XLM Stellar. XLM Stellar recently signed a deal with a company. I forgot the name of the company. But they will offer a USDC currency. What do you see about that?
What is it like? Is it going to be successful or not, or was
successful or not? XLM Stellar.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it won't be a fast gainer, but yeah, I think it will be down the road.
Then the last cryptocurrency question is, someone asked when the bull market will be here. So right now we are 13,007 when fluctuating. Someone wants to ask about, when the market will rise and have a bull market.
Like it will go. Like it will go up or down.
Yeah, go up, like go really high.
January or after the leg, probably January. Maybe before that, definitely January.
Nice, very nice.
There's a lot of resets around that time. It's going to be people are going to feel like they're on a whole other planet at that time.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, people probably feel like they're on another planet at that time. These are going to be strange. We're already in strange times already. But I think we're just getting started. So
you said that it will be a resets. What kind of resets?
Oh, it just society reset.
Okay.
Not a financial one. Society.
Okay.
People put their money into bitcoins and think the dollar is going to die. So that's sucker's going to blow up one of these days. There already is kind of already. So yeah, people are going to get scared, and that's when it's going to rise. The dollar is still going to survive somehow. It's there's something behind it, definitely. You can say it's artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
yeah, they can't kill the economy. They're doing it a different way, but changing things around. Society is changing. Jobs are changing. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's just a new world we're going into, as you can see.
I agree. Um, Last night you said that there's a lot of hype around Bitcoin Black, and my group we don't have a big group. We have small size people. You said that my group help um, with the growing um, of the Bitcoin Black projects. There's a lot of hype around it, good energy, and my group contribute to that good energy. So how much a group of people can influence the market of crypto?
It feels like 1,000 people or less, or 1,000 seems to be. That can influence a lot. Just 1,000. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it can. Yeah.
So in what way that my group is helping with the positive energy of Bitcoin Black?
Yeah. So you're kind of setting the fire, the hype. You're helping it out. So you're helping it. Others are wary about it, but you're putting out positive energies for it. So they're giving it value. And so it's helping others feel more reliable about it. So it feels like your group is part of it. It's like another version of Bitcoin, basically, obviously. But it's like Bitcoin part two, It's like the second coming of it, or the child of it. So yeah, it's going to be obviously skepticism around it, but it feels like it's very similar to the original Bitcoin, as you said. The founders disappeared or don't want to be known. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. It feels like there is a corporation behind it. It might be Chinese. It feels like it's Chinese too. What I'm getting. I don't know if it's Chinese or not. I feel it's Chinese. At least there's Chinese involved with it somewhere. So yeah.
Yeah, they have some financial backing.
Yeah, China. Yeah. China wants to get on that and control it.
Hmm.
They won't control it, but good luck with
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, they have too much bad luck. Yeah, they kind of China kind of shoots themselves in the foot a lot. It's like what it feels like.
Politics or regarding in what
Everything.
everything?
Everything. They build this nice city and then nobody's living in it. So, and on and on.
Okay. Yeah. So there has been a lot of rumor that public figure could be politicians or entertainers, like that's clones
Mm-hmm.
in the public rather than them. Is
Yeah.
that true?
Yeah, there's obviously it's difficult to prove it, but yeah, it feels like you gotta really. I mean, even some of the business people that have like their left eye is kind of bizarre. Like they have a strong, I think it's the right eye, but one of their eyes is kind of weak. That's a sign of it too. Like some of them have been clones from the beginning. So anyone that's real public figure that they want to control, or tells you how our society is really controlled. It's like they orchestrate a lot of stuff here. So I wouldn't be surprised how they do it. They do it astrally, or but yeah, Hillary Clinton, she's sick or she's changing all the time. So I don't know if she's changing all the time, but yeah. A public figure. I mean, look at Biden. I mean, he's hanging in there. So he's got to be having help somewhere. He'll be almost 80 years old. So
There's a rumor that Hillary, including what's his name, Donald Trump, have like at some events as well. It's not they resolved. Is that true?
Yeah, I think he's a clone too. Yeah, he has several. All the presidents have some kind of clone. Yeah, they have to. Yeah, just anything can have so they can control it. So different ways of going about it. Maybe one day we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So for the past for the past so during Obama administration, like that 8 years, there's a lot of war, and right now there's a lot of chaos. Fire everywhere. There's lockdown in every corner of the universe. Who is causing all this? Which entity, which ET or entity is causing this behind the scenes?
Well, I feel it's a positive energy here. Obviously, a lot of people are not feeling the positive, especially losing their jobs, but there is a positive to change to remove the darkness here. So, remove the darkness. Obviously, it's not all going to be removed instantly. It's slow, but a new elite regime is coming in, and it's a lot different. So society is going to change, even become more aware of the alien energies here eventually, when the time's right. So there is all. I mean, I don't think all the aliens are aware of what was happening. Your bro is. They've been trying to do this type of thing for a long time. They're always working on some kind of creation and throw it out in the public. They've been doing that forever. So they just got lucky this time. But I think it was orchestrated too. So it's like this one they'll allow. So it came in 2020. It just the timing of it it has an agenda for sure. So
So some of these politicians and leaders, the way they make decisions is very not irrational, but very irresponsible, very soulless. Like they don't have the compassion like a normal human. Do you think would have? Are these some of these government officials, are they being controlled by entity or all them?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, they're just without going into names. Yeah, some of them are just have an agenda. They say they're helping people, but are they really? They have an agenda. They're going to do it. And they say they're helping people to make themselves feel better about themselves, I guess, and make themselves look better in public. But there are a lot more part of their parties. But it's not just about the party. It's just about the agenda, whatever it might be. So yeah, there's many that are controlled. Like sometimes they'll be themselves, and sometimes something else will come through. So it's hard to tell, obviously. But also they can have walk-ins. Like another being can just come into that person. Some parents have dealt with that. Like their child was really nice for a long time, and all of a sudden their kid's like destroying everything. It's like sometimes it's a walk-in, as the darker side came in to experience, try to get healed. So, but in this case of the politicians, it's all galactic. It is an alien galactic agenda going on here, but the humans are involved with it too.
So has the aliens has always been working with the U.S. government, the NASA, and other leaders and politicians around the world? Have they always been working with them?
I think so. Yeah, they've always. Now they might, like in the 1940s, might have taken a different step or made themselves more known to the government, but they've always connected to the government and even helped it as an inception. Just might have done it quietly, not made themselves known. So like the elites, some of the elites I believe know about them, but it doesn't mean all the governments know. Well, of course, there's always a shadow government that we don't see, and they know about it. So the public government, like your Eisenhower, is more of your public government, connected to aliens and all of that, to make it more known for the public. But also, it's part of disclosure too. So we're getting slow disclosure, but yeah, I feel like aliens have always in all civilizations throughout history. So They've never left. Some beings might come and go, but we've always had an alien presence here.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's a question. A member asked, was Jesus a historical man as described in the Bible?
Yeah, I think a lot. I mean, I believe he did exist, but did everything happen the way it did? Probably not. But he did have abilities for healing. I believe that's true. But did everything happen? A lot of it's mythology or added from another entity, like a Babylonian. So he was popular. He was a popular spiritual teacher that was kind of hijacked and used to manipulate others, basically. So everybody has a different version of that. So sometimes you don't go there. Everybody has, so just go by what you feel on it. Everybody has their own point of view of it.
So if Jesus had an ability to heal people and walk in water, that's what we heard. So did he have spiritual ability?
Yeah, that's what we all have, that ability. It might be blocked. I don't know about walking on. I don't know if he's walking on water. Who knows? That might be part of the mythology, but who knows? But really, the healing ability, I believe, did exist. Walking on water. But yeah, we all have that. We have different powers. Doesn't mean it has to be healing. Some people can fly. Obviously, they're not experiencing it right now. But if you have, if you feel like you've flown at one time, you probably have. So if you're out healing people like Jesus, you probably have. So and if you had telekinesis ability, be able to move things around with your hand, with just energy, you probably have. So
yeah, that's cool.
It's like everybody has their own specialty. Once again,
I think if we remember that we either in a spaceship or we heal people or we have some ability, is that from past life experience or that we tap into a different timeline?
Well, a lot of it's past life, but also it's future lives or other dimensional lives, because there's many versions of us right now. So we're on different realities at this time. You can have like 1,000 or 10,000 versions of you. Of course, it's hard to think like that right now, but if there's a part of you in a higher dimension world like spirit or heaven, there must be other versions of you everywhere else. You're just energy, so you can go anywhere, basically. So this is just a fractal of ourselves that are here right now. So
can a person tap into the past, future, and the present in a nanosecond?
In a nanosecond?
Yeah.
I guess so. It depends on where you're at. Sometimes past lives are not that easy to tap into. It's not part of the normal conversation. Some people can, yeah, but majority aren't used to thinking like that. So, because there's blockages, but yeah, because the past lives, you just go by what you feel of lifetimes, but also the future. Your future is like what do you feel the future is for you, or alien lifetime? What you go by what you feel, what you see within yourself, what do you see yourself as? So.
Yeah, I know people said that there's multiple timelines, and it all depends on what we tap into. Someone wants to know, what do you see for the future of China, U.S., and Europe in general?
Well, yeah, China, as you see, we're going through the influence of China right now. So imagine more influences are coming. China is actually at a higher vibration than a lot. In Europe is also more higher than the U.S. Of course, it's hard to see that sometimes. Of course, they have prides too. But either way, we're eventually. I don't see a war, but I feel like we're all going to kind of join together, become more friends with each other in the future. But you have some time for that. Europe is more of like the heart kind of healing healing the human energy, chilling out, calming down. You out in the United States is technology in some cases, not always, but in, in China China is a part about innovation also. So yeah, it's China is going to bring. I mean, as you see, we're influenced. Our technology is made by China, so it has a major influence. So we'll all kind of get along eventually.
Eventually, in 1,000 years,
maybe 1,000 years.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, as the aliens show up next year, even then, who knows? Who really knows? Yeah,
yeah.
They're not gonna let things know. They're not gonna let us see. I mean, some people might see the future, but it's a surprise.
Yeah. Someone asked wanted to ask this question. He said, "How much a group can influence world events?" He's not saying that can we influence that the government will not force us to lock down, but like collectively, how much a group can change or influence a world event.
I mean, we work in a level of like a spiritual astral world where we're kind of making our decisions there for this world. We're not remembering it, but it's like another version of ourselves is in the spirit world. So groups can make a difference here, yes, but sometimes we have to go through what we're going through. It's like, yeah, we might want peace and happiness, but that's not always, always necessary. We have to. It's all part of lessons that we need to learn ourselves, whatever path we're chosen. So, but yeah, there's a spirit world where we're created, or we have more understanding of everything. It's like where we come from, and you have the astral world that's connected to our planet that's helping develop this world. Of course, they're not aware of us. We're not aware of them. So when we go to sleep, we go into the astral realms. So it's a lot lighter there. Doesn't mean it's easier. Sometimes it's harder. Depends on what it is. But that's astral is where a lot of decisions are made. So.
Yeah, I agree. Then there's a bunch of alien-related questions that someone asked me here. He is curious which alien race is the most dominant in the universe, Palladian, Zeta, or some others.
Yeah, they all kind of play a different role. I mean, I would say one of them is the Orions. Orions are kind of the reason why we have the world is the way it is today. Kind of like aggressors. There's also a positive side to them also. It's like, Star Wars is connected to that. I would say the Orions. The Palladians, Syrians, they all play a role, but I feel like it's Orions are the strongest ones. So, a thing called the Orion Wars that we're probably still going through right now, and we play a key role into that also. When we find peace, other worlds will find peace, and we are finding peace. We're not fighting other countries. I mean, we are, but not like we used to. So things are getting better. Just not. It's not perfect, but it's getting a lot better than it was.
Mm-hmm. In one of your channeling sessions, you said there's Zeta on every planet. Is that true?
I feel like there's a Zeta influence probably everywhere. They want to be involved with everything. So I feel like they might have some kind of might not be always a major influence. They're definitely a major influence here. So yeah, they want to know what everything's going on. They might not have everything because they haven't discovered everything, but I feel like they want to be involved. It seems some places feel like they keep them out for obvious reasons.
Nice. Another member asked, do we all humans have alien ancestors?
Yes. It has. Everybody has something. Doesn't mean you have a Zeta lifetime. I just have a Palladian lifetime or a Garthian lifetime. So doesn't. Yeah. Just. Well, we all have a little bit of everything.
If someone is interested in finding out his ancestor, where they are originally from, how can they find out? Should they talk to a channeler or a psychic to find out, or talk to the guide?
Well, that's one step. If you're unsure, that's one step, and then you just kind of go by what you feel. Connect to, look at the universe or our galaxy, for that matter, and go by what you feel, where you're connected to, what is talking to you. You also ask your guides, depending on what kind of relationship you are, and what comes to mind. And of course, when you connect to your guides, clear out your energy, make sure you're getting something halfway decent from them. But it's all, I mean, some people have been canines in Sirius. Of course, there's canines all over the place, but a lot of people have had canine lifetimes. Those that are very social have been canines in their past life, especially if they're big dog fans. Not always the case, but and many people have been felines, so like tigers and lions in their past, a humanoid. So some women, you can see their hair. It's all over the place. It's all big hair. A lot of that's a feline, feature.
Very interesting.
It's something you got to dive into to get used to the energies of it.
So. There's one topic I'm really interested in, Atlantis. So there's a lot of story about. Can you tell us a little bit about some either facts or some information about the Atlantis? Why it disappeared? Who were there living at that time?
Yeah, everybody has. A lot of people have different versions of it, but it had a lot to do with genetic engineering of us, of the human, to perfect it. A lot of different alien races were, here wanted born through the human. The human was chosen for this world, so they perfected a lot of our genetics. Of course, the Anunnaki went another forward to who we are today. There was Atlanteans, and then there was us, the humans, the creation of the Atlanteans. So, and we were very powerful too at one time. It got too powerful, and there's negative influences here to, like when the pyramids were built. Basically, they're like the internet of the past. You can just connect to anybody with the pyramids, and that got tampered with, and then a lot of the Atlanteans became darker over time. Just they weren't used to the technology and understand it completely. It got tapped into where they brought a more darker side out of them. Then they started destroying each other. So in Florida, where a lot of that happened, there's a lot of ruins in the ocean here. So and they want me here. They won't let me leave here. So something happened here. So I use crystals, I use lasers. They became influenced by different beings and just lost. They became like us. They got fearful, but that was like there was flaws within them already. They weren't mature enough, or we weren't mature enough to handle a lot of power. So you can see that in some wealthy people that have a lot of money ended up destroying themselves and drugs and all that. That's like what Atlantean would do at a lower vibration. So that's one version of it. So we're all just wearing our darkness here, basically.
So. There's one member. He is curious if he wants to relocate to a state or city in the U.S. Can you see if there's some state or cities in the U.S. is safer to move to, or have better economy to move to, or next year or a few years?
Yeah, New York City is probably not the best place right now. California, probably not. Um, Tennessee is okay. I mean, a lot of anywhere but New York and California are probably fine. Just go by what you feel on that, and you obviously do your own research of the economies there. But the big cities aren't doing so well. Milwaukee doesn't seem like it's doing too good. So wherever that is. So Colorado's doing pretty good from I can feel from it. Uh, but yeah, just the big cities or big states. Like not all of New York is a pain, but as you can tell with the laws there, it might not be the best place at this time. But yeah, a lot of people are in California, but anywhere that you feel comfortable with, most places are going to be fine. Yeah, Portland's going through a lot of darkness. Portland has a lot of darkness in its past, and so it's. I think the riots have stopped there finally. I guess, but yeah, it's. Yeah, so go where do your research, what you feel.
Actual replacement to Bitcoin, or is it the actual Bitcoin 0.20?
Yeah, it'll be it's 2.0. It's not going to replace the Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not going anywhere.
Well, I understand that, but it follows Bitcoin, and everything takes off from there. Bitcoin is just going to be like the grandfather of Bitcoin, and then the Bitcoin Black is its next generation, correct?
Yeah, it's going to take a while. I feel like Bitcoin is still going to be pretty powerful for a long time. Bitcoin Black will still, it'll have its strength, it'll have its muscle, but I don't know if it'll ever actually take over Bitcoin or not. It's not that clear right
now. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Someone wants to ask about Canada. Do you see anything? What do you see about Canada? Positive, negative, whatever.
Oh yeah, Canada is a place to go. That's true. Somebody wanted to move somewhere, you can move to Canada. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, it's not perfect there. It is boring there, but if you can keep yourself busy, it's fine. Yeah, Canada is great. Yeah, maybe I should move to Canada. but they don't let me leave Florida, so. But yeah, Canada's, as long as you stay out of like the big cities, they probably have Montreal. They have some kind of. I think for the most part it's fine, but you might have some situations here and
there. Then someone wants to know about a cryptocurrency called Data. Data, they provide that is similar to YouTube, where you can watch video on their network. Video on demand. Someone wants to know, what do you see about Data?
Yeah, it seems to be fine. Seems to be. I don't see any difficulties with it. Yeah, it's going to take some time for it to grow. But other than that, I wouldn't put a huge lot of expectations on it. But I think it'll be okay.
Probably go ask like one or two other questions and let you go, because you have a point of 4.
Yeah.
Someone asked, have you ever been abducted by aliens or ET?
Probably. Yeah, as a kid, I don't remember, but yeah, they helped. I think it was Zeta, so they helped me with my ears, my health. My ears, I had a hole in my ear when I was younger, so I had problems hearing, so I think they helped me with that. So I don't remember. Probably I might get abducted every day, as far as I know. I've been woken up with marks on me recently. That was about a month ago. Yeah. So yeah, it was right on my arm. I can see it right. It's like So keep an eye on me. Yeah, I've also had scratches on me recently too, on my leg, which I forgot about. It's like scratches, like I know I didn't do that. So yeah.
You said that That's very interesting. You said that Canada is a good place to move to, but recently there has been in the news that their government want to create quarantine camps. People are concerned about that.
But I know people that live in Canada, they're not going through that. They're going through boredom mostly. So I wouldn't worry about that. I don't think it's going to go to that extreme. I mean, they might, are they just talking about it or are they actually doing it?
I haven't been following that news, but there have been a couple articles came out recently that they're planning to do that. I don't know if they're actually building a camp yet.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. It might affect some people, but for the majority, yeah. They might quarantine people that just like they do with anything else. It's like they see you sick, you're coughing on everybody, and they want to, that's about it.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it, though. I don't think it's going to affect most people. It might affect some people, but yeah, they're telling us we're all going to be in FEMA camps forever, and that hasn't happened. So,
Another person wants to know: will we ever have free energy from Tesla?
Or free energy in general? There are people building their own free energy. Yeah, eventually. We're not quite there yet, but yeah, when maybe in 100 years, maybe longer than that. It's hard to say, but they're going to eventually test more of that. I'm not sure if it's working. Or maybe some people have made a working version of it, but we have a lot to get through first before we get there. But yeah, well, I think some of the what is it they're doing? They're doing some of that right now with the solar panels. That's kind of a version of it, but we haven't quite got there yet. So that's step one. So it's it's a little bit better.
Then this is probably the last question, and then I should go. You go. You see. Someone wants to know: is there a big urge change soon of earthquake by natural disasters?
There's always going to be that. Right now, we're going through our own little disaster right now. So notice how everything's kind of quiet for the most part. Notice it's all kind of done by design. We had the fires in California. Earthquakes have been of course, they've been going throughout the rest of the world. I think even China got hit with 5 earthquakes a couple weeks ago, which didn't hit the mainstream news because it depends on which. So yeah, eventually there will be earthquakes. I don't think there'll be the whole California thrown in the ocean. They need California. Of course, you never know, but no, they're trying to create timelines where they can throw California into the ocean, but it's not likely to happen. But there's always going to be some kind of earthquake energies happening, but it's all. I wouldn't put too much worry about it. It's not much one disaster after at a time. When things get quiet, yeah, they might do something like that, but if it fits the agenda, whatever agenda they're doing, so.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like the one that hit, I forgot, it was 2005 out in Haiti. Yeah, that had an agenda all around it. So yeah.
Yeah, the Haiti earthquake doesn't look natural.
It might look natural. It didn't act natural. Not what they were doing with it. Money was being siphoned around. You always have to have some kind of event. There's always something. We had the BP oil spill. It's all down. It's like it's all written on a script. It's like we have this problem, we have that problem. So, and a lot of that's astral. That's all spiritual. The elites here can't see everything, but in the higher realms, they can see things more clearly. So, I feel like it's not to worry about the earthquake. So, yeah, go ahead.
So when you say astral, are you saying that there's like a wall in the astral and then it's ambiguous?
Yes. Yep.
which entities is fighting with each other?
Everybody's fighting. The elections. Ever since the election started, I've been feeling ill, energy wise. There's just so much. Yeah, there's a fight. Not everybody's at war, but quite a bit. Some people are. Quite a bit are, and they know who they are. They're part of the awakening that's going on right now. So there's war. There's always a spiritual fight going on at this time. But they want to make things darker. Others want to make it lighter. So there's always a fight between light and dark. It's always going to be the thing. Yeah.
So this is great. Thank you so much for
All right.
You've been really generous with your time and information. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, you should come back and.
Sure.
Are you going to buy cryptocurrency soon, Bitcoin soon?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, you'll be the first to know.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later.